So I made this delicious Efo Riro soup, that's vegetable soup, with $11. That's approximately 19,000 naira. So if you're wondering how much you're going to spend to make a pot of Efo Riro soup, so this video got you covered. So the first thing I did was to go to the market to sort for the ingredients. So yeah, I'm buying some dry prawn. Three. So I also got some yellow pepper as well. So these two ingredients, the dried prawn and the yellow pepper, you should definitely include it in making this soup. It's going to elevate the flavor. So I got the yellow pepper for 1,000 naira. So that's less than $1. The prawn I got for 900 naira. That's less than $1. 500. No, look at my get So the part of beef I usually love to cook with is the beef brisket, that's popularly known as Tozo in Nigeria. Got that for 6,000 naira, so that's approximately $6. What? This is a wedu. This is green. Yes. And then this one is the shocker. This one is what? Green, also green. It's same thing with this. Give me this one. How much? 200. 3,500. Let me see. You gave me for 1,000. Give me for 1,000. There are mainly two vegetables to make the soup. They are both called spinach, but they differ. One is the native spinach, and the other one, I don't know its name, but in Nigeria, or they call it Efo Tete and Efo Shoko. So I prefer to go with the Efo Shoko, the native one. So we're explaining more details as we proceed in the video. So the next thing I bought was some locust beans, that's Igbo. So I got that for 500 naira. So the next thing I want to get is some fish. Hello. How many kilos? 2,000. 2,000. So this fish is popularly called Panla fish. The English name is European hake. It's a dried one. So the next thing I'm getting is crayfish. I got for 1,000 naira. So the next thing I'm going to buy is tatashe. That's bell pepper. That's red one. So I got that for 2,000 naira. Now tatashe or bell pepper is very pricey now. So I also got some tomato, just very few tomato, and also got pepper. But I didn't use the pepper in making the soup. I just made use of the yellow pepper that we bought earlier because it was enough to cook the soup. So the next thing I saw some prawn, no sorry, some shrimps, just this little shrimps. So I decided to add that as well. 500. Amen. Okay, one. So I'm done from the market. The other ingredient I need to make the soup I have at home. So I will give you a price tag to each. So the first thing I want to get ready is my protein. And in here I have our beef. So that's the cow brisket and also the cow tripe, that is the Shaki. So I had to buy more. So in total, this meat cost 6,000 naira. So I'm just going to season my meat with some onion, pepper, add in here some seasoning cube and salt. So I did not use all the pepper that I bought, like I bought pepper for 1,000 naira. I just used some of it here. So I'm going to cook this on low heat in order for the meat to extract its own stock. So our meat has extracted its own stock, so that stock will not be enough to cook our meat. So I'm going to add more water and cook the meat until it is soft and tender. The reason why you want your meat to extract its own stock is because of the flavor. So the next thing I'm getting ready is our car skin, that is Ponmo. So I just season up with some onion and seasoning cube, add water and cook until soft. So you can decide to cook your Ponmo with your beef, but I prefer to cook mine because at times the taste of the Ponmo can be funny and it might affect my beef, so that's why I cook mine separately. So I'm just going to grind my pepper mix roughly, so ensure you remove the seed of the tatashe. So like I said, I've used very little tomato. So in here I'm going to add pepper, tomato and onion. So make sure you have enough onion in there and blend roughly. So for our vegetable, like I said, I will explaining more better. So this is spinach, it's African spinach. So if you live out of Nigeria and wondering that why is this one different from your spinach, because this is African spinach. And in Nigeria here, we have two types of this. This is the native spinach and then the other one. So this is the one that I love to use, the native one. So also we call the spinach green. So in case I say green, as in like tripe in Nigeria, you know that I'm talking about spinach. So, but I will advise that you make use of this native one. The reason why I love this native one is the taste. It tastes better and it doesn't really cook compared to the other spinach. And then also this spinach, I love this brand of spinach, this special of spinach, because if you are someone that when you eat green or spinach, it upsets your stomach, this one doesn't upset your stomach so much. So if you're looking to buy it, just tell them that you want the native one, or if you live in a Yoruba land, you can tell them you want Efo Shako. That's when they will give you that one. But if you want the other one, Efo Ete, they will give you the other one. So the next thing I've done, I've washed my leaf properly, I've chopped it up finely. So I'm just going to soak in hot water for 3 to 5 minutes. This is very, very important. Just soak it in hot water for 3 to 5 minutes. It's not going to overcook your vegetable. Your vegetable is still going to remain intact. So if you want to use another type of vegetable, you can use ugu, that's pumpkin leaf, but it won't have that, it won't give you the real Efo Riro taste. But so maybe you live in a country that you don't have access to this vegetable, then you can just go with ugu, that's pumpkin leaf. So I'm just going to drain out my vegetable from the hot water. In total, I soak mine for just 4 minutes so that it doesn't overcook. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to shock it, is just to stop it from overcooking and also to retain the nutrients of my vegetables and also to still have that vibrant color. So that's why I add in here ice cold water. So I just squeeze out excess water for my vegetables. Other ingredients off camera, so let's make the soup proper. So into my pot, I'm just going to heat up some palm oil. So 1 bottle of palm oil costs 1,800 naira. So let me just say I use 1 bottle of palm oil. So the next thing I want to add in here is some onions. So just fry your onions for a minute or until the fragrance is released. So the next ingredient I'm adding is our Iro. Please make sure you wash your Iro or locust beans very well before you add it into your food, because it can be sandy, it can be filled with lots of dirt. So make sure you wash it thoroughly. So just fry this for 2 minutes. This is going to help release the flavor of the Iwu well into your food. So the next thing I'm adding, I've already washed our Panla fish, that was European hake fish, the dried one. So I already washed it, I've deboned it. So add that into your mix and then fry it for 2 minutes as well. So the reason why I always like to fry my panla fish is that it releases the flavor better than when you add it when you are adding your cooked meat. So you can try this method and let me tell you, you're going to enjoy it. So the next thing I'm adding is our pepper mix. So like I said, blend your pepper mix roughly. I use very little tomato, so you can decide to skip the tomato. You can decide to just go with only the tatashe, that's the bell pepper, your pepper and onion. But I use very little tomato just to make the soup have more sauce in it. So just fry this until the tomato is well cooked. So the next thing I added was our dried prawn. I've grinded it, and crayfish as well. So I added the fresh shrimps inside there, added my cooked meat and our cooked Ponmo. So I did not pre-cook my shrimps because shrimp doesn't take so long to cook, so it's going to cook as the soup is cooking. It doesn't take long to cook, like for 2 minutes your shrimps will be ready. So that's why I did not pre-cook it beforehand. So mix up everything together. So it's very important to know that I deveined the shrimps and I washed it properly before I added into the sauce. So I added more meat stock because the soup was looking a bit dry. That's our sauce. Then I added more of the meat stock too because it looks dry, because I don't want my soup to be dry. When I add the vegetable, it's going to take part of the soup, so I don't want the soup to be dry. So that's why I added more meat stock to a soup. So allow that to cook for 2 to 3 minutes and give this a good stir in order to mix everything together. So at this point you should taste for salt and seasoning cube. So there was no need for it at all. The soup tastes delicious already. So I added in my vegetable. As you can still see that my vegetables still retain its color, so that is the reason why you should use the cold water procedure. So I just added more water to it because the soup looks a bit dry, so I wanted to still have some sauce in it. So I added more water and I just stir it and allow it to cook for 2 more minutes, and there is it. A delicious soup is ready. So it costs about 18,700 naira to make this soup. Do you think it's worth it? So let me know below in the comment section how you feel about the price and if the soup is worth it. But let me tell you, it's super duper delicious. For me, it's worth every single penny. I hope you're going to try out this recipe so you can work with your budget to make your own delicious Efo Riro soup. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't. So bring your swallow and let's enjoy this delicious Efo Riro soup. Super yummy.